Welcome back to Instagram and Matt podcast. We're back after a week. We have
1
life
week
happen, but we're here. I'm Matt.
Are you? That's apparently John Cena.
I'm practicing my spirit fingers.
You mean you're not John Cena?
No, I'm Graham.
And I'm
This is
Alan.
Yeah. So we didn't have an episode last week. It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
We wanted to spend some time with our respective significant others. Alan hung out with, whoever. But it was a good time. Graham,
He's just his face is just like, eat a dick.
Yeah. Graham, what did you do for your significant other on Valentine's Day?
I was out of town, so I don't know if that was the best or not.
Her?
No, I was out of town visiting family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently I'm getting the best husband of the year award. Well,
Most
so
likely, yeah.
let me ask you this: did you get anything for your wife?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you get her?
A blanket that she's been eyeing up and a card.
Okay.
Yeah, things like
Awesome. That's totally fine. What'd she get you?
She got me a pour over vase for my coffee. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Like I really like fancy coffee shit like that.
Yeah.
And I always get made fun
So
of
do
at
I.
work because like I brought a pour over to work. I brought a French press to work because we have like a water cooler where you can do hot and cold. So I can just make like amazing coffee at work all the time. I'm trying to get them to let us buy a burr grinder for the store, but
Heck yeah.
no traction yet. I drink too many energy drinks, so I don't really drink the coffee a whole lot at work, if I'm being honest with you, because I am hopelessly addicted to Rain and Bang. They're so good. They get me going.
They have like six new flavors now too.
I know. I think I like Rain more because I'm really about that white gummy bear flavor.
I've never had it.
Just slaps.
Bang's pretty good. I like Bang.
Valentine's Day here. It's like a week before Valentine's Day. I was hopping on to play some video games, and my Beats headphones that I like to use, they broke. And I have another backup headset, but it wasn't charged. And I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? And Alicia rolls out to the bedroom. She rolls up and says, "Hey, hopefully these are charged." And so, she got me these Rocket headphones. I've been eyeing them since they came to Target, and she kept telling me, "You already have headphones. Why do you need those?"
Which is true, right? Because
it's true.
You got a bunch of headphones.
Yeah, lo and behold, she bought them for me. And then she also, there's this rapper I like. His name is Ghostmane.
Yeah, Ghostmane.
And he has like this little figurine, like is like this comic book guy that he made called like Dr. Nihil. So she got me the little figurine, and it's in my computer. I wanted it for inside my computer, just add a little flair. So that was really cool.
Nice.
And then I bought her. She got a Cricket for Christmas, so I bought her a bunch of like stuff for her Cricket and everything, and she's really into that. And then I made her some Tuscan chicken,
like a cricket,
like the cutting machine, like for crafting.
Okay, nope. I thought it was like a cricket,
like Jiminy.
Like what you feed frogs.
See, I always thought it was pronounced cry cut, not cricket.
It's definitely cricket. Definitely cricket. But yeah, so I got
the co-op or the coop.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the coop. That's right.
Go to the co-op.
So yeah, then I made a good
with the cry cut.
For sure. But it's cool, man. She does all sorts of really neat stuff with it. Hopefully someday, when we get enough viewers and everything who will buy our shit, she can make us some stickers and stuff, and we can sell them to you people.
Oh, that type of machine. Okay, sweet.
Yep. So that would be really cool.
And I heard her just yell T-shirts in the background too.
Ooh, T-shirts too.
She's listening as we're recording here.
I like that.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. But it was a great Valentine's Day. I got some really cool stuff. She got some really cool stuff. Made a really good meal. So it was fun. It was definitely worth taking the time off of recording to spend some time and do some fun stuff.
Yeah, so it was good.
But
It was good.
yeah. But in the week that we have been gone, it seems like the world is going fucking crazy.
It's been kind of nuts.
The
Just-
polar vortex.
Just a smidge
If my
crazy.
background here is any indication, like
Hey.
3 weeks ago, I saw something about that on the news about how the polar vortex was coming.
And it's just like a good Minnesotan where you like, don't you mean winter?
Exactly, because they were saying like most of the country will experience below freezing temperatures. I'm like,
Yeah.
fine, they're gonna finally know what it feels like to be a Minnesotan in January. Because I mean, like, go ahead.
It was crazy because like I was looking at the Weather Channel and looking at the map and stuff, and only Florida
Yeah.
had degrees higher than 48 in the whole country, and the majority of the country was like 20 or less or below zero. It was insane.
Oh yeah. I mean, luckily here, I remember the last time we had a polar vortex was it like 2 years ago?
Yep.
And I think they're like even here in Alexandria, because Alexandria is definitely colder than Bemidji. We still had 2 or 3 weeks where it was 40 below every single day. Colder with the wind chill.
We were pushing 60, negative 60 up here.
Like recently or back then?
No, back then. Recently up here it was like negative 42 in Bemidji when that vortex came through.
We got like negative 26. That was the lowest it got.
Yeah.
But like everybody else, you know, they were dealing with like 10 degrees, and like, so Texas, that's kind of what we're bringing this back to. Texas, small parts of Texas, well, large parts of Texas had a lot of issues with electricity and all that kind of stuff. Because what it sounds like is some of Texas basically handles their own electricity, and they're not connected to a federal grid.
Not some of Texas. All of Texas has deregulated energy grid. Basically, all of Texas is on its own energy grid, and it's not connected to the rest of the energy grid of the United States.
Yeah, which is true because like I just saw a map that shows all the different like grids and like where it goes to and how far it expands out, and they're on their own.
Yeah, and so a lot of people were blaming it on on renewable energy, so on frozen wind turbines and solar panels, and how if they work so well, how come all of Texas is frozen? You know, meanwhile,
which is really
Iowa.
Yeah,
well, I mean, even Minnesota. You drive down to the cities.
It's really funny because it wasn't like the renewables that froze up; it was literally the gas and petroleum and coal.
Yeah.
Because they didn't listen to like all these reports that came out like a couple of years ago that said you guys need to insulate your stuff, otherwise when a polar vortex inevitably comes through, you're gonna freeze up.
Yeah, because we have wind turbines by the cities, don't we? And they don't freeze up.
There's wind turbines all over the place in northern Minnesota too, but
yeah,
it just comes down to preparedness, and obviously they're a state that doesn't have to prepare for this much, but man, like, you know,
you got to have a safeguard at some point.
You got to have a safeguard. Some of it's comical, you know. The parts that aren't comical is the ice overs and you know, like there was that 100-car pileup, and I think like 8, a handful of people died from that. Tons of people injured. Mm-hmm. You know, things like those. That stuff is like, that stuff's scary. But the other part with that too is like, there's just not this understanding of like how to handle that, right? Like we know of cities down south, like if they get half an inch of snow, they shut down school for a couple days, all this different stuff, because they just when they don't have plows, they don't pay for plows, they don't have salt rigs or anything like that. And so there's just not a preparedness for it, and it's kind of freaky like what happened, all the pipes freezing, all these people's houses flooding. They have to boil water. Like all the stuff that you think about, like what shouldn't happen in our country is happening. It's kind of
I saw a picture of a little girl in a, you know, like crawfish boils that use those massive pots.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of a little girl having to take a bath in that because they had no other option. They apparently 90%. Well, let's see here. So 200,000 power outages by Friday morning. 14 million people were under boil water orders, so the water was trash. 46 deaths from 10 states have been weather related, the majority in Texas.
And that's crazy because like that stuff is all avoidable, right? Those deaths were unnecessary. Like, no, there's no necessary death, but you know what I'm saying. Like those
Right.
deaths
Preventable.
They could have been prevented.
Yeah, I have a friend in Texas, and like I've been watching his like his Facebook videos. He likes to go on Facebook and post videos all the time of him cooking, doing all sorts of other shit. And luckily, they have a fireplace, but like no power, only rocking the fireplace. And he's like, yeah, I mean, luckily, I was able to find wood an hour away to be able to warm up my house.
What, he didn't burn his couch?
Right, right. I mean, I imagine that people have had to do that.
Like, what the hell? People burning furniture in their house to stay warm.
Well,
it's just crazy to think about. Like,
Graham, you know, I've kind of been in that situation before. You remember that one winter?
Yeah. Let's see if you edit that one out. I'm going to say exactly what happened there.
I think I know stuff about that house.
So
we can leave that out.
Yeah, we'll leave that out. But no, like, I mean, that's roughing it. Alan did a year of roughing it, and I would say worse conditions than what's going on in Texas.
It was,
but there's just a different mindset up here on how to take care of ourselves, and it's astonishing to me that this is such a huge deal. Like the pileups and ice and stuff like that, like sudden ice, like that's irregardless, that happens everywhere, right?
Yeah,
we get big pileups in the Midwest and everything too. So that, but like water being bad because of this, electricity out, ice, I can see that, but man, like everything, heat being out, and like what's crazy too is like what's going on with like how the state is dealing with it, or how these companies are dealing with it. They're going out and charging people for electricity that they don't have, and they're pushing bills onto people. Like there's one guy here talks about how he's got a bill for $16,000 from the electric company. Like, and that's across the state. People are getting thousands of dollars of bills from the electric company.
They're never going to pay those. It's outrageous.
They're never going to pay
charging that.
Never going to pay it.
What do those companies expect to happen?
The mayor, you know, and this is where everything is going to get just thrown to a shit show. You know, who's paying for all this stuff? Whose fault is it? The mayor of Houston, there's a news article that I just got sent to me that's talking about how he feels that the state should pay for the electric bills of all these people. And even that, I'm like, well, but even that, it should be the companies, like, it should just be furloughed, right? It should just be like,
just slash debt.
Yeah, because if the state's going to pay for it, it's just taxes anyway, so that just means they're paying for it anyway.
Yeah, it's like credit at that point.
Yeah, credit at that point. But it's insane that they can do that.
Yeah,
like, where's the justification? If my power is down here, and Ottertail is going to go out and try to charge me for something that was their fault on their end, good way.
Well, before everything went kind of crazy, I know I saw something that one of the biggest providers out there was telling their customers, look, if you leave us and go to another company, we'll literally give you $100 to leave because we cannot support this right now. Yeah. But I mean, like, it's kind of like a domino.
We'll give you $100, but we want that back times 1,000.
Yeah, well, they wanted people to leave their company and give them $100 to leave. But it's kind of like a weird domino effect because like all those customers just go to another company, which is also going to have issues, and it just perpetuates.
And they're not going to be able to support everybody leaving one to go to another. It doesn't make any sense.
It's really weird to me that there's so many power companies there that they have the opportunity to do that. Like, I mean, it's literally just Ottertail and Bemidji, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just ALP here. Like, I mean, there's not a whole, like, I don't really feel like there's any place where you have that many electric options.
Yeah,
maybe
there's not a choice.
To, like, St. Cloud or something like that there is, but
yeah, I was gonna say around here, yeah, same here. There is like one option for power, and that's it.
Did you see the one mayor? I think he was from like a smaller town, but he basically posted this letter saying like the state doesn't owe you anything. You need to go out and provide for yourself. You know, basically you're on your own. Deal with it. If you can't take care of your family in this time outside of what the state can do, basically you suck and you don't deserve any help. It was the gist of the message. And people got pissed off. And then I don't know if he was already not the mayor.
No, he resigned. He resigned because of it.
And he's like, I didn't mean that the old folks should just go die. What I said was taken out of context, but like if you look at the letter, it wasn't taken out of context. He was pretty harsh in his rhetoric on that. It's so stupid. But it's crazy to me. Like I think about Bemidji, right? And like there's a pretty
okay. I'm
substantial
reading the letter now.
Yeah. There's a pretty substantial homeless issue in Bemidji. Like there's a lot of people who are homeless there. And those homeless people survive in negative 60-degree weather in Bemidji.
Yeah.
And like maybe we're just different up here, man. Cause like I go outside and it's 40 below. I'm like, hey, it's it is what it is. But like it's not like life or death for me. But I guess that's the difference between like preparedness. Like, I mean, Minnesota can handle this and make sure all the houses are heated, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That whole Texas thing is nuts.
Well, and then to like hop on top of that, then you got Ted Cruz going down to vacation in Cancun.
Yeah.
and then
it's
getting
not Teddy's. It's not Teddy's fault. It's his daughter's fault.
And then
he just wanted to be a good dad.
whiny little shits.
The best part is that then he got caught in the lie. He said, "Oh no, I'm just dropping my daughter off," and then later on admits, "Oh no, we were going down there and we were going to stay the entire through the weekend."
Oh yeah, like let's just run away from all of my state's problems. It's not like you're an elected leader trying to represent your state. You're saying, I'm gonna dip the fuck out while this is happening. Yeah. Fuck that guy. I hope he loses his seat, but too bad he's got 6 years. Fuck him. But yeah, that letter. What are you seeing in that letter, Graham? Anything stick out to you?
Oh, he's a prick.
Yeah,
that's what sticks out to me.
Prick.
He's a prick.
Like the worst kind of person. Welcome to politics in Texas. That's it right there.
Yeah.
Awful.
Texas. Fucking Texas, dude.
Texas.
I'm glad we live in Minnesota. Like it's cold as fuck up here, but you know what? At least we can keep houses warm.
And we don't have to worry about hurricanes or earthquakes or volcanoes.
That is true. I can handle that for sure. So in other news, Rush Limbaugh. He dead. Succumbed of lung cancer. I think he said he announced he had lung cancer last year around this time. Finally caught up with him and he died. And there's a lot of talk out there because I'm gonna be honest, my first gut instinct was to be like, yep, awesome. Fuck Rush Limbaugh. Good riddance. Have fun hanging out with Hitler in hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
You remember, Matt? You remember what I said when I posted that news?
Oh, the cancer of the airwaves or something like that. Finally died of cancer.
The cancer got the cancer of the airwaves. Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is like Alan and I, we used to listen to Rush Limbaugh every day. Like Alan turned me on to AM 1360, and like literally every single day when we lived together,
dude.
We'd like
Rush Limbaugh
together. But he'd be driving to work out in Cass Lake, and I would be listening to it on my way to work in Target or on my lunches or whatever. And then we'd come home and talk about what Rush Limbaugh was saying, but we'd just be laughing at it because like we didn't listen to it and like, oh, that guy's a genius. It's like this guy's fucking dumb.
Well, like, and remember, then after Russia was Michael Savage Nation.
Oh yeah, yep, Savage Nation.
Oh my gosh,
yep, and really?
Hannity.
Oh, we used to listen to all that shit.
I feel like I was in the like Mandela effect when I heard that Rush Limbaugh died because it's like, isn't he dead already? Like that's what I thought. I thought he was already dead. Like I hadn't, he's not someone who I pay attention to. I don't like the idea like there's states that are putting their flag at half mast right now for him.
Ooh, I really do not like that at all.
And I don't know if we're doing it here or not, but in town here, like a couple of the banks had their flags down at half mast, and I'm sitting here in my head trying to figure out who died, what political leader died, and it just Rush Limbaugh. And not saying just Rush. I mean, he's obviously he's pinnacle to a lot of people and a lot of people in our nation and whatever.
He has the Medal of Freedom. He did get awarded the Medal of Freedom.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, he is alive. Well, was alive. I remember that now.
Trump gave him the Medal of Freedom.
Yeah.
For all the people to give a Medal of Freedom. Yeah. Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah, so I don't like that.
And wasn't it during a State of the Union that he was invited to? Wasn't that when he gave it to him?
So.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I just disagree with that. I think that's not honorable to our flag because we actually have we have federal laws that dictate that.
Yeah.
But a mayor or not a mayor, but a governor, I think has the right to say who gets it and who doesn't too.
Yeah, I mean it's bad because in a time where everybody's so divided, like they're gonna lower the flag to half-mast for probably one of the most polarizing people of the last 30 years.
Yeah,
it's pretty shitty. But I mean, I guess the big argument right now is, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, obviously are saying like, this kind of ties into the Texas thing too. Like, good, fuck those Republicans down there for thinking that they know it's better. And then fuck Rush Limbaugh. I hope he, rots in hell. But a lot of people are upset because like the dehumanizing thing again. Like, maybe it's not a good idea to celebrate somebody's death, or maybe you should think about how their families are impacted, and instead of like blaming Texan politicians, think about all the families that are affected down in Texas. So I had to take a step back because, I mean, at first, I think it shows you.
I mean, you got to think both ways on that all the time. I mean, I think more or less I think if you're not trying to be an a-hole and be like, yeah, I'm happy the dude's dead, it's more or less like that voice is gone, which might be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Not saying that the dude being gone is a good thing, because again, family, whatever, like I don't sit here and wish death on anybody, but sometimes when people are gone, you're kind of like, oh, all right, well, don't have to listen to that asshole anymore, like, because there is that portion of if that's who you are.
That's probably actually the more appropriate way to feel is, great, I don't have to listen to that asshole talk anymore, but also I hope his family's doing okay.
Yeah, I mean, I doubt that he was an actual piece of trash to his kids and to his everyone around him. Like, people think of like Alex Jones, right? Alex Jones is ass crazy, right?
Yeah.
But is that him 110%, or is that him on the news on the video too? Like you never know, and I don't know.
You remember the episode? I think it was either Family Guy or The Simpsons that Rush Limbaugh was on. I don't exactly remember which show it was, but like he just ended up being like this really nice guy in the show, and like basically how he was like misunderstood. I want to say it was Family Guy because like they went to like this Republican meeting and they like, I think Rush asked, I think it might have been Peter, honestly, saying like, "Hey, do you want a beer or something like that?" And he's like, "Yeah, where's the fridge?" It's like, "Oh, they're in Ann Coulter's vagina because she's frigid, So,
we're gonna have Alan find that and put that clip on here. He's got work
hilarious,
to do
hilarious. Well, I thought that was just so funny. But they're just, I mean, it was basically just talking about how like Rush Limbaugh isn't as bad as like what he has to be on the radio, but
yeah,
I don't know. He's probably a dickhead in real life.
Well,
I mean, yeah, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, I'm sure.
What a lot of like the news media was like kind of like talking about him, they called him the Republican Kingmaker, and that he was like one of the people that was instrumental in 45's rise.
Well, it could be. I mean, really, a lot of those big talk show hosts like that were like that. I mean, because even from the beginning, a lot of those guys were in 45's camp. They weren't saying, "Oh yeah, Marco Rubio." I mean, because they don't really like the idea of like what they would call a neoconservatives. I mean, getting somebody like Trump was the answer for them. So yeah, but you know what? He's dead. No, I'm just kidding. But I mean,
he did.
But he did.
He did.
So.
It's not like the problem ever is going to go away, though. No. I mean, thing with extreme talk show hosts like that is like you cut one down and 4 more pop up where that came from. What
the sad thing is that he wasn't even like the most extreme of them. He was just probably the most vocal and the most recognized.
Well, I mean, he did have like Barack the Magic Negro. That was a
when
Barack Obama was campaigning.
That's right.
Before his first term, I think. Yeah, it was like instead of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, it was either that or it was Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, it was Puff the Magic Dragon, Barack the Magic Negro.
Which I mean, just goes to show you, like when we say like he wasn't even the most extreme, because I think Hannity was like more extreme in hate than Rush was.
Yeah, their rhetoric was just shit the whole time. Like, it's kind of like saying which turd smells the worst. I mean, like they both smell pretty fucking bad.
they're both ripening in the sun for sure.
Yeah, which one's been out there longer and like has lost some potency. I think that's what I think that's the comparison to make there. I mean, but yeah, I mean, the only other thing, like, so I mean, yeah, Texas, Rush Limbaugh, it's been a jam-packed week. Impeachment 2.0 came to a close. Like we thought, nothing happened.
Yep.
So that's cool, uneventful.
Yeah.
Waste of time.
Well, it really
a lot of resource and waste of time, I guess, with that. And I mean, to be logical, yeah, we knew nothing was going to come from it. And I think the part of it is his political power is so huge that, I mean, they're waiting for the next 4 years to be over with to see what they can utilize him for. Because whether he's going to be in office again or try to run for office again, just his stance alone in the party is so huge that, yeah, you might have enough people on the Republican side to say, screw this guy, he did something wrong, right? But we knew putting him through that, or not even putting him through that, but going through that process, we knew that there wasn't going to be enough of them to stand up and say, yeah, we want to go all the way with this.
Yeah,
because his endorsement in is huge. It's huge, and his political power is huge.
Oh yeah.
And so, the Republicans will take it back in 4 years, and that's going to be with him supporting no matter what, regardless if he runs or not.
You talk about his power being huge. I mean, he got 73 million people to vote for him. That's more than Obama got.
Yeah. I mean, like people want to talk all day about how Biden, was like a landslide, but fuck, it is split. I mean, that was as close to half as you could get.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, this whole like thinking Biden's president, everything's honky dory again. It ain't. Half the country voted for Trump. We're still in shit territory now. And maybe and now it's just like, oh, let's impeach him again. Cool. He has 2 impeachments. It doesn't fucking matter in the end. Nothing's going to fundamentally change with that. And that's annoying to me because you have things like you still have people without jobs. You still have people that are behind on rent. You still have all of Texas without without clean water. That might be hyperbole. Maybe some of them have clean water, but there's more important things out there. Like the COVID relief bill they're trying to do. That's way more important than a goddamn impeachment. That's not going to go anywhere. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, also fuck Donald Trump.
I mean, I don't know if it was necessarily a waste of time in that it wasn't a worthwhile thing to do, but it was a waste of time in that they pushed for it to start in the first 100 days of presidency. I think that's where you could probably, where you could say it was a waste.
The timing of it was interesting. They had enough time to this should have been 3 weeks worth, and it was done in a week. And I don't know. I think it was rolling the dice and going with what you were able to do. I think it was Nancy Pelosi's chip on her shoulder to make sure that impeachment was going to happen again. I mean, she's talked about it and talked about it and talked about it, and finally, you gave us more, so now we can do it. Which in retrospect to what happened, makes sense, But I think it was more of a power thing for her. I don't know. I just think, if everyone's thinking that the next 4 years that like you said, everything's honky dory with Biden, it's not going to be honky dory with Biden. He's got so many weird philosophies that we're outshined by Trump inaccuracies that we don't really know who the Biden presidency is going to be, right? What it's going to be.
We're more forgiving right now because we're kind of into this sense, this false sense of security right now. We don't have this person on Twitter every day talking a bunch of bullshit. I mean, honest, Joe Biden probably doesn't know how to use a computer. Is really what it probably is. Joe Biden is probably my customers who come in and need the dumbest flip phone they can get. That's our president. I don't think he put an iPhone in front of him. He probably don't even know how to make a call on it.
He'd probably ask where the eye is on the phone.
Right. Like, that's who our president is right now. So, I mean, is it better than Trump? Yes. I'll say that. 100%. But he can't even string together a sentence. That is problematic to me in a different way. But you know what? We're not going into all that tonight. We're not looking to get super deep. We're not looking to get super deep.
Nah.
We have a week hiatus. We're trying to just fill ourselves in on what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Did you
see AOC and Beto O'Rourke like raised like $5 million for, was it Houston? Yeah. I think it was.
I just saw for Texas in general, but they raised a shit ton of money.
Cross some party lines there to get that to happen.
Well, I mean, they're both Democrats.
Yeah. Beto's not a Republican. Democrat.
No.
Come on. Like they didn't give a shit that most of those people hate them?
Yeah.
Yeah. They went straight for
Austin, Houston definitely is not a
good on
a Democratic stronghold. Good on them. That's what we're not getting deep. Good on them.
Good on them.
Fantastic.
Next.
No.
Carson Wentz went to the Colts.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
That's true. He's gonna go there to die. Next. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I just say I think Carson Wentz is way overrated. I mean,
hey man, a lot of people in your town really like Carson Wentz.
Unfortunately, but they also don't realize that he had literally had no competition playing at
NDSU.
At NDSU, yeah, like literally, like he went in and was handed the keys to like a pretty sweet gig, and just had to pretty much like walk into the FCS championship game and win.
I mean, he still did pretty good for the Eagles, though.
Is his backup Nick Foles?
Yeah, Nick Foles is like, I'm ready. Nick Foles,
I'm ready. I'm ready to win another Super Bowl.
Quarterback ever. You know what? We should sign Nick Foles, but only as a backup.
Yeah.
And then like what we'll do is we'll like accidentally find a way to break Kirk Cousins' ankle, so Nick Foles comes in, and then he'll take us to the promised land, dude. Nick Foles is a trash starter, but he's an amazing backup.
Oh, phenomenal backup. And like when he won the Super Bowl, I was like, good on him. You know, everything he did was perfection that year. And it was like our backup that we had. What's his face? That brought us
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum. That was great.
Was he a backup? Oh, he was.
Yeah.
He was a backup. Yep. And then we put him in starter. But just like him, he's not a great starter, but he had that opportunity to make history, and he did it. You know, just like Foles, man. He had that opportunity to be perfect, and he was a great backup quarterback.
Wasn't Randall Cunningham a backup quarterback as well?
Yes. Yeah, he was brought in as a backup
to Brad Johnson, right?
Yep, correct. Yep.
That's crazy. Dante Culpepper was a starter, though. Dante Culpepper was the man. He never took us anywhere, but you know what? He was good.
He could have.
Dude, he did win a division though, championship.
Hey,
in that,
you know what?
In that mid-season league that lasted for a little bit what was that called? Oh man,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Him and Denny Green coached him on a team.
Denny Green. They were who I thought they were
who we thought they were. You want to crown the asses? Crown them.
I'm gonna find this because they had this. They won a championship together.
I'll be honest, man. That
in the CFL?
No, it wasn't the CFL.
Right here, the Sacramento Mountain Lions, the American football team based out of Sacramento. What was it called though? United Football League franchise.
The
that
UF.
was only. Yeah, it only lasted for 4 years. The league did, and they won a championship out of that.
I really wish that there was another separate football league that could compete directly with the NFL.
XFL.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The Rock bought it.
The Rock bought it.
Crashed last year.
So
really?
And everything that he touches right now is absolute gold.
And to be honest, if there's anyone out there that I think could probably turn the XFL into something, a developmental league, NFL.
Well, that's what he wants, though. He wants less of the less of the TV antics like XFL did. But this second round of XFL was actually good. Like it was some good football. It had hiccups at like the first week, second week, but man, it started to go pretty good. And
it was a lot of fun to watch. Like
I think The Rock could bring it back to like what they were trying to do. They were trying to be that secondary league. They were trying to be that league to bring people back into injured status, miss the draft, whatever it might have happened, legal problems, whatever. mostly legal problems.
I mean, because like NHL, don't you have like the league underneath the NHL, like the Iowa Wild and stuff?
Like the
yeah. Graham's frozen.
He's frozen again. Let's just zoom in on his face there. See that? Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. At least handsome when he's frozen.
He's just waiting.
Yeah, because there's the NHL. Oh,
am I back?
Is he coming back?
Oh, there he is.
Welcome back.
Hey, let's zoom in on that beautiful face. Graham, give the people a smile. Yeah.
It's like NBA DLeague. That's like the same thing.
DLeague is a lot of fun to watch, actually.
Baseball has something.
Or
like
not. It's not the DLeague in the NBA. It's the G League, and then baseball has AAA. It has the AAA, the AA, the single A system, the farm league system.
Yep.
I remember like Legion. I'm gonna go play Legion. That's like everywhere from my hometown. They're like, yeah, after high school, I'm gonna go play Legion.
Yep.
Like it's like the next step up after high school. But like
always,
Well, no, for baseball. But like football really doesn't have anything. Like there's the IFL, like the Indoor Football League, Arena Football League, but I don't really feel like that's a good training ground.
No, there was a lot of semi-pro teams. Back, there's a lot of semi-pro teams out there that are like just within like regional status of like a couple states or like just counties and things like that. I think it would be a good idea. When the NFL got rid of NFL Europe, that's pretty much what it was over there. And when that whole thing fell apart,
NFL Europa. That's right.
Yep. Europa.
Forgot about that.
When that whole thing fell apart, there wasn't that backup league to like test.
It wasn't.
That's what they would do. They'd farm them over to Europe and have them play some shitty football over there.
And it wasn't called NFL Europa until its last 2 seasons. Fun little fact.
Yeah, I know that. All I know is that the NBA does that, and so like it's one of the Ball kids, the youngest one, LaMelo Ball. Like he went and played in Europe and crushed it, and he came back here.
He played in like Lithuania. He played in Lithuania against like a bunch of really shit teams, but he was able to actually hone himself in a lot more over there by playing. I mean, there's different competition there, and he's able to.
Yeah, because he's signed now, isn't he, in the NBA?
Dude, he's freaking killing it.
I mean, he's the best.
How rich and like arrogant they are as a family, and it kind of bothers
me. He's the best. He's the best player on like one of the worst teams in the league. But I'm a Timberwolves fan, so
like the Sonics or something.
No, Charlotte Hornets.
Oh shit! I don't watch basketball. Can you tell?
That's the team that the GOAT, the absolute greatest, Michael Jordan owns.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Well, he's all about North Carolina, dude. Like, born and raised there, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, that's his stake to fame, his claim to fame. Yeah, I mean, my knowledge of basketball basically stops at Space Jam. So fun fact.
Space Jam 2 is coming out this summer.
That's the one with LeBron with LeGM.
But will it be as good?
No.
I feel like they'll probably do like a little bit of fan service. Like, but here's the thing: we're gonna go and watch that and be like, ugh. Like, this is not that good. This is not meant for me at all. Now I'm a little skeptical, honestly, because every movie they tried to do after Space Jam that was like a mix like that just bombed. Like they did the one with Brendan Fraser, terrible. I think they might have done another one and it was garbage too, but nothing could overtake Space Jam as long as I don't have R. Kelly in there again, because the implication. He's basically a stain of a human. So.
Oh my God. I actually bought Space Jam on iTunes.
R. Kelly album
on iTunes the other day, and like just sat and watched it. I'm like, it's actually still pretty good. I mean, it's super cheesy, but it's still a pretty cool film.
That's because he got the nostalgia. Like I watched Robin Hood Men in Tights the other day.
Oh, it's a great film.
So good. I remember being way less cheesy. But you know what? I still was like, you know what? Even though it is cheesy, I gotta say, it's still holding up pretty well. Like Mel Brooks is basically the American Monty Python when it comes to
Oh yeah,
movies.
yeah,
That
phenomenal.
movie's still fantastic. And then Alicia watched Spaceballs after when I was like doing something else. But
Oh
great
my god,
movies still.
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs is good.
Spaceballs,
May
the
Schwartz be with you.
flamethrower. Spaceballs 2, the search for more money.
Yep. Oh, that would have been so great. I'm really glad that like Mel Brooks is he dead? He's not dead yet, is he? I'm gonna look it up.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Mel Brooks.
Well, here's a good little note for Minnesota basketball. We have won 7 games and lost 24. That's how good we are.
Hey, but our number one pick, Anthony Edwards. Did any of you see the dunk of the year he had the other night?
No, because I don't watch basketball.
Oh my god, dude! It lit up Twitter. Twitter was just lit up talking about that. It was amazing.
The thing is, every time I hear Alan talking about the Timberwolves, it's always Timberwolves are shit again. like every time Alan would post about the Timberwolves, well, Timberwolves are sucky. They're doing shitty. Oh man,
Alan,
what?
They got rid of Flip's boy Ryan.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh
they
my!
Him. They fired him on Sunday. Today they fired him today.
Well, was he trash?
Well, 7-24. That's a pretty bad year.
Yeah. So Mel Brooks is 94 years old.
Wow, he's still
safe
alive.
To say he's not going to be making a Spaceballs 2 anytime here. He's going to die in the next 2 years.
You know, there was sure. I thought I read the other day that he still wants to make it, and so like they're kind of like in the pre-production stage of it.
No way.
Yeah.
All right, let me look it up.
I mean,
the pre.
Because all of them are.
His funeral is more planned than the damn movie's planned at this point.
Well, Rick Moranis is still alive. The actor
Rick Moranis is like
of that.
Did he come out of retirement?
Yeah. But of the actors, the only one that they couldn't get back is John Candy. May he rest in peace.
Oh, I mean, they tried, but
yeah, we can't resurrect him. Sorry. Which actually,
Moranis, he
funny,
hasn't really done anything.
Funny thing about John Candy, the other day for my job, like, got to go to local movie theater and watch a movie, and so like we picked The Great Outdoors with John Candy. Great film.
Yeah.
Great film. And like, I'm not gonna spoil it even though it's like an ancient film. But like, you know, there's a lot of like just really funny little sketches in it, so it's kind of like.
Hey, no, don't spoil it, or we're gonna talk about WandaVision and spoil it for you.
But no, what I'm trying to say is that it's like it's like a bunch of SNL sketches with the same characters, but the best part is the joke that is set up in the beginning, and then the punchline comes in right at the end. You know what I'm talking about, Graham? I mean, you've seen it.
But, I've seen it a dozen times.
Yeah.
It's been like 15 years.
Well,
what's the punchline?
The bear.
Oh yeah, the bear.
Yep. I mean, it's set up perfectly, and then the punchline comes in at the end. It's perfect. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Speaking of bear, have you guys ever watched Harry and the Hendersons?
Oh, nope. So, I mean, nope, never seen
No, not really.
With the Bigfoot?
Yeah.
I've seen like ads for it. I've never seen it though.
Put that on your list.
Okay.
It seems like a very Gen X movie to watch though.
Oh my god. It's the lead character from Third Rock from the Sun.
Oh, John Lithgow?
Lithgow.
He's the dad in that movie. It's phenomenal. You guys got to watch it. It's good.
So going back to Rick Moranis, he's going to be in a reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids named Shrunk.
Wait, what? A reboot of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
It's going to be one of the kids grows up and shrinks his own kids.
Nice.
Yeah. No, he retired and stayed a dad forever.
Because
and then was coming back out for this.
He retired because his wife died just unexpectedly.
Yep.
And then he was like, I'm just going to retire so I can go raise my kids. But he also
probably had enough money to do it.
He also stayed active and like released like music albums and stuff too.
Oh yeah, he did a bunch of music albums and stuff.
Yeah, he did like voice acting too. So like he did voice acting for like the Brother Bear show movies. And then he did like just cameos in TV. Basically, yeah, I mean all the way up to 2020.
Yeah.
He even did some video game voices for the Flintstones.
Yeah.
He was the voice for Barney Rubble in 94. Well, yeah, it makes sense. He's in the Flintstones movie. And then Brother Bear, he's in that video game as well.
Have you guys seen Strange Brew?
Yes. You hosers better not be drinking all my good beer.
Oh man, this movie's rated in 3B. 3 beers and looking pretty good, eh? Oh, you gotta watch it, dude. It's the best. It's the most stupidest thing ever. It's so good. So put that on your list, man.
So it's Dave Thomas, Rick Moranis, Paul Dooley, Max Van Synda. Who's Paul Dooley? I don't even know who any of these people are.
Yeah, well,
is it super Canadian?
Yeah,
they're all super.
They're all super Canadian actors. Yeah.
Dave Thomas is phenomenal, man. He's a great actor too.
Isn't that the dude from Wendy's?
No.
Like fresh, never frozen meat. I'm Dave Thomas. Come to Wendy's.
Resurrected, man.
Apparently,
as a Canadian.
Meanwhile, the evil brewmeister, Smith, is perfecting a secret plan to take over the world by placing a mind control drug in Elsinore beer, which, while rendering the consumer docile, also makes him or her attack others when certain musical tones are played.
It's the Wayne's World of the 80s, man. It's Dude, Where's My Car of the 2000s. Like, you gotta watch it, dude. It's so good.
Dude, Where's My Car is a terrible movie. Well,
yeah.
I mean,
I did like that movie when I was younger.
I mean, it's no Friday.
What does it say? Sweet.
I just thought their girlfriends were smoking hot, if I'm being honest. So, like, that's why I watched it. But I was 13. I was discovering things about myself back then. So that's probably why I liked it. Apart from that, no redeeming value to that movie at all.
No.
So you mean
it's a good drinking movie,
like the American Pie series? There's just no redeeming qualities of it.
Yeah.
Oh God.
What's the picture that when they're pitching that movie, right? So okay, so I got an idea for a movie. You know, teen movies they're really in right now. So set the scene. Young high school age boy played by a 35-year-old actor. Perfect. Love it so far. Keep going. He sees a warm apple pie. Or no, hold on. Back up. Let me rephrase this. Let me reset the scene. He's at his high school and he's never had sex before. And he says his friend tells him it's like a warm apple pie. And he's like, oh, okay. He goes home, sees a warm apple pie. Get this. You're never going to believe this. He fucks the pie. And his dad walks in and watches him fucking the pie. And then they have a good talk, father and son, about sex and masturbation. And then from there, it's just a quest to get laid. I love it. Green light it. Let's go. Let's make this money. And look at that. It made so much money and spawned
look at it this way. I mean, Eugene Levy, bless his soul. He made that movie watchable because he was just so perfect on his delivery.
He's like the only character that's in every single one of those.
Yeah, he's the only one that's been in every one.
Yeah, that's insane.
Have you guys seen him and his son show Schitt's Creek?
So good. So good.
Not yet.
Phenomenal.
If any of you guys haven't watched Schitt's Creek, you need to go watch it. It's on Hulu and Netflix. Go watch it. It's fantastic.
Yep.
Speaking of Canadian shows, that like we were talking about Canadian movies, Letterkenny. Definitely watch it.
Super
Definitely
good.
watch
Have you
it.
seen Letterkenny Kids? The animated series?
Little Kenny.
Little Kenny.
And then there's also the Letterkenny shorts on YouTube and stuff too.
It's just so quotable.
Yeah,
like you can just quote that show all day long. That's the mark of a good comedy show.
Pitter patter, let's get at her.
Like that's what makes a show or a movie. How quotable.
I mean,
if it's a comedy.
I had to find something to like watch while I fall asleep now that NBC took The Office off of Netflix.
I can only
is it off now?
Yeah,
I can only watch so much The Office. I never really understood that whole I'm just gonna watch The Office over and over and over.
I'm kind of a huge Office fan of watching The Office.
I mean, The Office is good. I'm not gonna like say it's bad by any means. It's a great show, but watching it over and over and over and over and over again, I think the only show I could do that with is Skins, which is a great British show. But no, man, I can't do that. Yeah. So this is our show tonight.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're not going into deep, but
not too deep. We're going in deep on movies.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You got to have some side crap here. We don't always have to go in depth on something.
Yeah.
This is what happened. This actually, let's just be truthful here. This is what happens when you don't plan your podcast.
That's true. Usually we're pretty good about planning it. Tonight it's like, let's just hang, let's just chat.
Let's just swing it on.
Yeah.
In fact, this episode is going to be named Not Too Deep.
Not Too Deep. AKA Matt, just the tip.
Yeah. Well, it's probably just stick with Not Too Deep.
Not too deep. I think we need that one. Not too deep.
Probably just fine.
But or is it done yet?
Is it done yet? Right. Yeah. It's like those. It's like those songs. Well, no. What did they say? It's like Return to the King, the Lord of the Rings movie. There's like 5 different spots. You're like, that's probably the end. Nope. Not yet.
Only if you like never read trilogy.
Right, or like you watch like the director's cut. Oh, is it over now? Oh no, there's still like 45 minutes left. Oh shit.
Yeah.
What else is there
to
me. Talk about?
I'm the one that will like sit down once a year and reread the whole trilogy and then go and watch every single like director's cuts, the extended versions.
I've never actually watched the extendeds, but I should.
See,
I really like Lord of the Rings. I like it a lot, and my wife would be down for that at any time. She loves Lord of the Rings.
I watched all of them except for the new ones that came, or the newer ones.
Oh, the Hobbit.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of those.
I bought the extended versions of those just so I had the complete collection. Even though Peter Jackson lost his touch with the Hobbit.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What week is this? Is this week 8?
9.
This is week 9. Week 9. So we have so future planning here. We have 3 more episodes, and what we're doing is we're calling these seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 3 more episodes of this season. This is season 1 of It's a Graham and Matt podcast. Season 2, we're going to shake things up with some new stuff for everybody.
Yeah,
we're going to do some live. We're going to do some more guests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we might do shows with our tops off. We're already doing shows with our bottoms off, so I mean, we might as well go tops off.
Yeah, we'd be full body right now, but Twitter, YouTube has some standards we have to follow. So
yeah.
But for those of you on Spotify, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So I just want to say thanks for all the love on our last episode with Tammy. It's probably one of my favorite episodes.
That was a great episode.
Our guest episodes are blowing it up. I just asked, if you're listening to this, share it with your friends. I think that's the one piece. If you're liking what we're doing, please share it. Talk about it with your friends on Facebook. Zip a text over to a buddy. We love that. We love that we can get our message out there, no matter how stupid it is, like tonight. But it's important to us, and thanks for the support so far.
Yep, and we're trying to go homegrown. We're not trying to blast this thing up on Facebook or all this jazz. No. Like, we're trying to just get you guys to spread the word and get it out there. And so we're on the YouTube, and we're on Discord here, which you can share our link so you guys can see the episode or send it to somebody else. And then all the podcasts are voiced on everywhere, every platform.
Yeah, the only one we're not on is Apple. For some reason, they declined.
They declined.
I don't understand.
Because our first one was on there, wasn't it? And that, when you have gay NATOs as a episode, or Paula Deen ain't so mean,
Paula Deen ain't that mean, gay NATOs, Bon Swazzle.
Oh, here's a good name. This is what we should have done for this one. It could be Not So Deep or SNL had a skit, and they talked about the electricity being blown out in Texas, and it said, "Well, electricity is gone because of the gays."
I was gonna ask, what did Westboro Baptist Church have to say about this whole thing?
Yeah. We should see what they said. It's probably the gays' fault that
it's probably the gays' fault.
and the ice
Weird.
came.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this and you agree, make sure you send Tammy Gay Baker a nice message thanking him for the weather down in Texas.
Yeah. It's Tammy's fault.
It's Tammy's fault.
Tammy fucks Texas. There we go.
Hey, I mean,
like a weird 70s porno.
It's the remake of Devin's Dallas.
Yeah, so that's what we got for you guys tonight. Share the stuff. Find us on Discord. Find us on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify. Share it to your friends. We love you. We appreciate the support. And get ready. Shit's about to pop off. Once we get through this season, things are going to be real interesting. We should have one more guest coming at the end of the season. Our last seasonal episode will be a guest. It's going to be a good one. And then we'll have some new stuff for you. But yeah, this has been It's a Matt and Graham Ooh, you said I did there?
Oh.
It's a Graham and Matt podcast.
It's
not a
because
Matt
he won't.
Graham. Graham and Matt podcast. It was the Coors Light, dude.
It's
a Matt and Graham podcast doesn't flow. It's a Graham and Matt podcast. It rolls off the tongue like butter.
Yeah.
This has been It's a Graham and Matt podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Graham.
I'm Alan.
This is our guy, Alan.
Peace,
Thanks,
y'all.
Guys.